Winter is a little bit hesitant about this hero's performance in the current meta. Is it a good Timbersaw game? Let's just start with that.
Destroyed on lane and not be able to do that. That's such an NA classic.
Tino, yeah, the final shot comes in from Raven. Tino, I mean, I feel like that just shouldn't happen. At least not this early into the laning phase.
He's gonna miss a lot of XP.
Yeah, seriously, that is a gigantic wave. I mean, at bare minimum, Carl's gonna do some hefty damage to this tower.
Well, I said maybe they can support Carl's Kunkka finish, but it doesn't look like it's going much better.
And top is not going super well either. Shanks is going to get picked off as the battery assault runs him down. It's just not how things are supposed to go, I feel like, if you're Execration. Blacklist, all 3 games have won the laning phase.
I'm going to try and pressure Carl. That's tanky, though. Everybody mid for this play.
And as long as you can, it doesn't necessarily need the kill, right? As long as you can zone him out, getting damage onto this tower, that'll feel pretty good. Axe marks the spot, pull back into the boat. And Shanks probably gonna die here, but they might be able to get a return kill as AU's gonna drop pretty low. Both the supports do fall. Now for the second part of the team fight,
Step lively now.
see where Bob goes with his haste rune now.
Gonna go steal their stats.
Okay.
You steal mine, I steal yours.
Drow Ranger's gonna run into Tino. That's not good. Missed the Timber Chain too there for Bob. Tino's definitely gonna die here. Bob doing what damage he can, but the Kunkka is just not that squishy and just TPs away as soon as the damage starts to cut a little bit. They do have the Avalanche in from Shank, so at least they'll pick off the support, but Tino continues to have a bit of a rough one.
So I do like the fact that Execration are playing around this power point and pressure. That is the big upside. Always go to the Timber and just start rolling his ultra. Try and support him.
Trying to use the illusion rune to dodge it. Didn't quite work. A hefty amount of magic damage. Not quite enough for the kill, though. Turnaround Chakram. That's not enough to kill Tim's. And in fact, it's Shanks who dies first here. Bob, the regen kicked in there from the reactive armor. Healed a decent amount. And they don't have the best magic damage to deal with him right now. So he probably is fine to head back to lane. On Palos, right?
To some degree, yes. And the ultralight, this Carl will fall and
does he have some? He has a level, he can queue it up, but I don't think he's gonna have a chance to cast it here. Just too many stuns from Blacklist.
And this is the type of gameplay I kind of want to see this team do more in general. Get some more early moves, get some vision out, play around some aggressive supports, because I feel like Carl is honestly not that bad at playing this style. Like, sure, he can play the greedier mids and through your mid. I feel like it makes Blacklist games feel a lot smoother. Sometimes it just becomes too clunky.
Boom! There it goes.
Gonna try and stop Bosku and his split pushing. Drow Ranger is just around the corner. They won't have a disable once again. Just teleports right in front of Bob's face. They'll get the Tim's kill, but they're missing out on the cores. Tino and Carlo will play a bit more around Bob. Who, they are going to go for this kill, and he is not a tanky Timbersaw in this game. Even Arcane Boots Kaya, he doesn't have any defense against all of this kind of damage, and they pretty easily burst him down.
Regeneration!
Chunking.
Yeah.
Maybe you get the Timber Chain out there, but he missed it, so definitely just dead off that. A little too cocky, man. You're tanky, but you're not that tanky.
Imagine if Bob dies again, though.
They don't have both, though. That's a huge amount of damage.
It's true, they find the Kunkka trying to TP out right next to the tower. That was a curious one. They were kind of setting up for the push, and then Carl realized he was a bit out of position. Goes for a TP, gets spotted, and a big kill there for Execration. So they keep the network lead and keep the tower advantage that they hold, as they've taken all the tier 1 towers, and Blacklist have yet to pick up a single one. Right, these things, they do need a hero and villain. They do, you know, the OG, they've only won TI. They've never been in those documentaries getting second. So.
Yeah, and I mean, we see these speeches, but what happens after the speech? It's a great step speech, it's motivational, and then don't win, I'm gonna kill your families. Like they edited that part out.
If you don't win. Carlo gonna get pulled back into the boat of death. Washed up indeed. 4-8. Execration still holding a very slight net worth lead, but again, they have the tower advantage, and they also have a Naga Siren, which
blink for Shanks. Time to get
they're gonna go right
ships
past
in the
each
night.
other. They've got a deep ward on the Drow Ranger. That's why they're smoking up right now.
Raven, there's a birdie coming for you, son.
Yeah, he thinks it's all clear because his entire team is in front of him in lane. Little did he know that Execration snuck right past that smoke, either known or unknown. Manages to go straight for the throat of Raven, killing him.
Bombing in.
It looks like Blacklist still want to fight this one. They're going to hit the hook shot onto the Tiny here. Force staff. That's the force staff you wanted, though. I think that was intended to save the Tiny, but it gets the Clockwork killed instead. And now the Timber
shows up just to leave.
Yeah, he just showed up and it was like, wait a minute.
Later, boys. Good luck.
I'm going to do a 360 and get the hell out of here.
You're all washed up.
This is not the party I thought it was. Wrong room. Sorry. Got
What
back
is
in the
this?
elevator.
And it is beginning to come to fruition now.
They're getting this Naga is starting to pull ahead with the map control. Hard done. They're just getting
Straight up, Carl TP's in, and half a second later, he's dead. Cute Oh, Execration's feeling themselves a little bit now. I mean, they did kind of get stomped in game 2, but they're winning this game 3.
On the net worth here. I don't think that's a route either. Because he's gonna have to fight these long BKB durations, and I feel like whatever bases illusions that into his console is what's good. So that probably means Scotty, Lincoln's Hex type build sound pretty nice. I mean, Hex is decent. I think you can just go in and Hex to start a fight. Otherwise, I think
He's
Scotty
going the Orchid route. Which they're all,
my legs.
oh my god, what the hell? 3 people inside of the cogs with the boat coming in soon. Now they're tanky, but Raven's on the high ground and he's beginning to shred these heroes. Now there is going to be the song going out from the Naga. Bosku activated his BKB, got the Sprout out. Oh, mirror image outside of the Sprout. A lot of damage from the high ground, though. Still, though, from Carlo and Tino. They're delivering some magic damage. Toss up. Cogs push him over the cliff, and Bob is going to run interference here. Pullback on the Chakram isn't quite enough to get the kill on Boss 2. But they can't. Oh, Tim's, never mind.
Go to sleep.
Gonna say he was gonna. He may still die, actually. He's pretty slow. Yeah,
that looked a lot better than it actually was.
yeah.
I mean, if you're not winning that fight off that initiation, game's looking rough. Yeah, I think the Coddle fields are causing a lot of problems because they have damage in this whole
Fungan.
yeah. But I feel like once you're out of the teams on Blacklist, the fight's even lost. Timber and Coddle are going to take that fight over.
Well, and it looks like Palos kind of. Oh, the hook shot late. Oh, the push out. That was that. Tino hit him with the blinding light. You know, it was pretty close, but now Palos is going high ground. By the way, he is going to go AC, or at least have it queued up for now.
Yeah, I like that. It is definitely the best value.
Force staff gets him away. Bob is pretty far forward here, and he may lose his Aegis for free, mostly. I mean, Blacklist, you can push him back in. Now, he does have BKB, so we won't have to worry about that silence or the X. But
Just
still,
a failed high ground, though.
yeah.
They're getting all of them back, but it's pretty hard for the lineup to go high ground. They have no building. They don't really have great Aegis users.
A lot harder for Palos to say, like, how he wants fights to look in that regard. I mean, pickouts like this are pretty easy. He's gonna run into a Clockwork, exploring the jungle, quickly gets an Orchid net, and
You're all washed up.
I thought you already had an answer.
A good way to like necessarily lock heroes down in a cheap run. So they have to only find a core and get a really good multi-shot. In this type of scenario, right? Like all of just setting illusions in, then you can poke. There's no clear counter. It's awkward for Raven.
And there's the opener. Got the pick off. It was the top back on Tim's. They do have a really nice Will-O-Wisp. BKB immediately has to go out. Raven's going to try and deal with the Will-O-Wisp for his team, but his BKB is going to be worn out. That's why he has to force snap up to the high ground. The rest of Blacklist are now going to try and retreat. Another multi-shot. Didn't get the toss back this time. Carl uses his BKB. Hook shot a little bit off the mark from AU. And Blacklist are now going to be pushed back as Paolo sees his opportunity to start sieging the high ground.
This is the issue. You're just getting all your BKBs focused. Gets poked off a Seek Arrow. Raven has to use his early in the fight. Use Will-O-Wisp. Carl ends up wanting to use his off. Not when you have a toss. Then you can't fight. And that's what I'm saying. What's the clear initiation here for Blacklist that lets
to TI? It's all tiny. It's tiny.
I mean, are you telling me, Jack, you can't play that hero?
Honestly, not bad timing again by AU. He's just like really a second off each time.
Second off is second too late. That is Aegis to the hands of Bob here. Shard as well. That's just too much network on the Execration side. Here's that tiny jump. Didn't even get it. There's still no punch.
Hit him with the X-Torrent, but nobody else was around. Raven was too busy farming up triangle area. He's trying to get a shadow blade. Another attempted toss back. Telekinesis throw back. Oh, the arrow! Oh, they had an opportunity to get their kill, but Raven runs into an arrow. Unlucky. He just didn't see it coming, I guess, because he has BKB.
Times we farm for 40 minutes and just take an arrow to the knee. Used to be a carry.
He used to be a major contender until he took an arrow to the knee, and now Blacklist. I mean, reminder, this is the position that they're in. They win this series, they're in contention for being able to go to the major. They lose it, they're in contention for going down to Div 2. That is a possibility. Oh, another toss back. Not the one going to be used immediately. They do have the lift and also a hook shot going in. A lot of stuns, but not a lot of damage. Raven is now going to show up here, but he's targeting Bob, who still has that Aegis and Bloodstone to work with. The supports who went in and got their stuns off are going to die like AU. He immediately buys back where he can. Alice.
Damage though.
There is no damage.
It has to be Drow right-clicking people, and she still hasn't used. Raven has not popped his BKB. He's not committed to the fight. Another toss back.
Finally gonna die, and they actually got a really good frostbite explosion onto the heroes of Execration. Bob and Carlo took a decent amount of damage, but again, the Will-O-Wisp goes out. Blacklist have to reset around it. Four staff, trying to get Bob back. Oh, Bob! Oh, we got it with that double chakram, though.
Sliding away. That's just Mega? That was not Megas. They ever asked top. Sorry, I thought we went the whole gamut here, but
not quite.
It's looking like Megas.
But soon.
Okay, guys, that was pretty cool. Pretty cool.
You don't have an answer. Look at relegation.
Going Bosco again. Four staff, but it's still not enough. The Orchid pop. Get it now. They got the toss back underneath the Will-O-Wisp. Perfect move for Shanks, and that's it. GG is called, and Blacklist. Well, they're certainly not going to Berlin, and now they're in a nasty situation with a score of 2 and 4. Possibility that they could end up in a tiebreaker for the lower division.